So the floor is breaking, Natalie's gone missing, Leanne has been kidnapped, and worst of all, she got out of the bed. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to We Sibs, West Coast, East Coast Siblings, where we break down your favorite movies and TV shows. Tonight, yes, we're talking Servant, episode 3 of season 2. This is going to be your biggest takeaways, review, reaction, all rolled into one video, so you don't want to miss. Hit the like button, subscribe, click the bell, and let's dive into it. Okay, so starting off with the floor breaking up, there's something going on with that. In the last episode, Leanne called via iPad, because this is an Apple TV show. She called Sean and said, "Why is she looking for me?" Remember, this was after Dorothy went on live television and was creeping everyone out, trying to get a message through to the kidnappers of baby Jericho. So Dorothy was in the shower and the shower stopped, and then there were some cracks on the floor and water was coming up through there. I don't know what kind of, I don't know if is this Avatar Last Airbender? Some people earth and water bending up in here? I don't know. Either way, the ground's breaking up. And yes, it is a little creepy having her looking like that behind me. Now, the second biggest takeaway, guys, I don't know if you really noticed this, but several times Natalie was mentioned. She's been in the last episodes, but she wasn't in this episode at all. And it seems Julian is he's standoffish when it comes to this. They brought it up twice. Sean brought it up and Dorothy brought it up. And he gets very defensive. I'm thinking, I don't think anything sinister necessarily, but I think Julian may have broken up with her. She mentioned in the last episode that she had tried everything. She had tried every kind of mental therapy to help him, but she said ultimately his problem was he just didn't believe in anything, and that was the main problem. So maybe she called it quits after all this time. Again, I'm really hoping nothing sinister happened, but this is a really freaky show, so I'm not writing anything off. Now, before we get to Dorothy getting out of bed and Leanne's kidnapping, quick thing, we had the return of the character Toby. I'd almost forgot about him, but he and Leanne had a little thing, and I guess that's how he had infiltrated the house in this episode. He was talking to Leanne. Be a man, be a man. Seems as soon as he got back, he was being used already. They basically used him as a delivery boy for Jesus Crust, which was a restaurant, basically a front that they made while Sean was making pizzas, hoping that they would order from them so that they could get in there and see what was going on. But before we get into Leanne's kidnapping, Dorothy got out of the bed. Now, this is so inconsistent with her character thus far. She's been like this super overprotective mother, obsessive with her pursuit of Jericho and all things to protect Jericho. And here we have in the early days via a flashback, she was told not to get out of the bed. She didn't want to go to the hospital. But, and I get it. It was kind of an emergency. Something was burning, I guess. But it's like, come on, you know Sean's a chef. Things are going to burn sometimes. She called the fire department. They would have been on their way. But she chooses to get out of the bed and risk the baby's life. Now, because Sean wasn't there, I'm assuming she didn't tell Sean she ever got out of the bed. But she got out and she fell. She fell on her behind. And I know that did something to the baby Jericho. And I feel like this has a lot to do with her character now. She feels like she failed Jericho. And so that's driving her pursuit of his safety, etc. Because she got out the bed. Anyway, guys, that's what happened in episode 3 of Servant season 2. Let me know if you were creeped out, what your predictions are, and what you thought of this episode down in the comments below. As always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and click the bell so that you don't miss as we cover this entire series and a whole bunch of other stuff. We're covering WandaVision, the final season of Vikings, and we're always taking suggestions down below, so leave a comment. Also, we're on Patreon now, so if you want exclusive content, including a weekly conversation with myself, Sydney, Zach from The Basement with Zach, and Jay from the Lata Quente Ledger, be sure to go check us out on Patreon as well. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you for episode 4. Peace.